New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Ebro in the morning, beautiful, amazing. Laura Styles, Rosenberg, and the beautiful, amazing Wyclef Jean.
Hey, Lord knows.
Yo,
What
Clef,
up?
B. Carnival 3.
Yes, I'm very, very excited.
Your shirt's off again. What's going on, B?
Well, your shirt is on.
What's going
What's
on?
up with that, man?
Does this album come with the sexy calendar?
Yeah, it don't come with the Ducati pick, though.
It doesn't
No Ducati pick.
So look, Carnival 3,
Yes, sir.
celebrating 20 years of the Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I've heard Fela Kuti. I've heard In Borrowed Time, which is amazing records.
Thank you,
You're
brother.
making world music on this project.
Yeah, we went back to Carnival 1. Carnival 1 was all world music.
Yeah.
You know, Wyclef music is music for the world, you know?
Facts.
So we went back to the songwriting vibes, definitely. And Borrowed Time was crazy because I got with NASA and Apple Music, and they was sending, there's a shuttle called Juno that they send to Jupiter. And every time I say this, like I said, look, I'm not smoking. It's early in the morning. You know what I mean? I do like, yo,
I was
Clef,
like, wait, what?
what kind of kush you
No,
smoking
this is a
talking
real
about going to
thing. It's
Jupiter?
a
Yeah.
real thing.
So the shuttle goes to Jupiter, records sounds and pictures, and brings back to Earth. So the whole idea with Apple Music, there was like, yo, is there a kid that could match the frequencies of Jupiter and Earth? And literally, when I was in the room with the scientist, it tripped me out because he was like, "What we're about to play you are sounds that most of the human ear has not heard yet," you know? And I was like, damn, it's probably gonna make me smart or something. Let it play. But the crazy thing for me as an audio engineer was cutting those frequencies inside of a track. So like if you're a producer and you have like native instruments or, you know, use Logic or different things. So think like of a whole new beer of sonics like coming from space. So
So wait, what did it sound like?
Yeah, can you describe it at all?
yeah, definitely. I mean, they sound like frequencies. So you know, like you have high frequencies, mid frequencies. Sometimes it's funny, right? Because we could be going to the doctor and we get an X-ray of some sort, and we hear a sound like when you go into the X-ray.
Like a beep.
Yeah, you could hear a beep or some of the sounds were pretty weird though. Some of it was very, very high frequency. Almost like some of it was like very like dolphin-like, but higher than dolphin frequency. Yeah.
Was it higher than this?
Way higher, man.
Wow.
It was like some of the peaks. Now, way higher than that.
Higher?
Yeah. Some of the peaks
That
was
was
crazy.
I can't believe we just did that.
Yeah. But the cool thing is, so think of a sample pack. Like you get a sample
Yeah.
pack from Jupiter, you could take it, cut it around. So
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what,
geeked out on
I
it.
had the Mars sample pack years ago.
Oh,
Yes.
shut up.
The Mars, going Mars.
I got it off LimeWire. I've been had that. Y'all late.
I got the Uranus sample back.
Okay.
Yo, why?
All
Why
right.
is that exactly
All right.
where you go?
All right, all
Why
right.
Mad low end. It's got mad low end.
Wait, before we forget, Ebro, we were talking about Wyclef being super competitive, right?
Yeah. Oh, this guy's the worst,
Yeah.
bro. He's the
Yeah.
worst.
Well, nah,
Yo,
nah,
he'll
I'm an
compete
alpha,
against you
baby.
against anything. Like if you're gonna give him a hug, he's gonna try to out hug you. Like if you're like, yo, man, my pedicure game, my pedicure game.
You know where that come from? Marlboro Projects, Coney Island, slap box champion. You know?
Oh, you were a slapback champion?
Yeah. You slap box?
Nope.
Oh, okay. See, that's what he was talking about. We was about to compete. In
Yeah,
slap
I know.
box.
Me and
Believe me, I
him, we've
know.
wrestled in the hallway out here multiple times. Multiple
So
times.
you've always had that spirit.
Of course, I mean, and that natural vibe, like, you know, you like that kid in the hood, like, yo, who's doing some backflips? Yo, all right, let's go.
So
how
if
much
we got-
money you got?
We've been having a thing going all day with this push-up thing.
Push up what? What are you
We have
doing?
these push-up handles that make push-ups probably twice as challenging as regular push-ups.
They're just the ones you put on the floor.
So
Oh,
it
no?
creates a handle, and no one can get to 50. No one can get to 50. Carl, the photographer for your beautiful album cover,
Yeah.
Carl Ferguson.
What you get to?
He was
29.
39. He was out here like
39.
He was out here like I'm in the
Struggle.
gym every day, no
you
problem.
You got a
Got
bad
this.
wrist or something? Huh?
Struggle.
Oh, struggle?
Oh,
You think you could do it though?
What y'all get to?
Ebro did. I only do like 20. Ebro does 40. Did 42.
Oh, man. That's no joke.
42.
You see that concerns you when you heard Ebro only got 42.
Yeah, because Ebro is strong.
He's a strong man.
Yeah.
But
But
he's
it's not about strength, though. You know, push-ups is body weight. It's a lot of form.
Yeah, because he's
Like,
strong,
it's
but he weighs more than you.
It's strict on form. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're strict on form in our push-up competition
Okay, that's right. Form is the most important thing.
because you know people try to cheat that. And with these
You gotta go
handles,
low.
you go lower than you normally would on a flat regular surface.
I'm in.
Of course you
someone
are.
bring the
That's
handles.
the point of the contest.
Someone bring
Watch
the
this.
push-ups.
Watch this. Tennis. You play tennis?
I mean, you know, I actually iconic class. I did a iconic class
Where
with,
you and another icon came
me
together.
and Venus.
Oh,
Venus
not
Williams.
fair.
But do you play tennis?
I played tennis with Venus.
Okay,
feel
so
me?
we're gonna have an It's called the Ebro Open. It's an Ebro Open
Haitians
tennis.
don't play no tennis. You know that. I don't play no tennis. I
I would have assumed
But you
Haitians
see
did
how
play.
long it took me to get to him?
I'm like, look at that. I don't even got
You know,
look at
that's
this. No blood clot coordination.
What about cricket?
Soccer?
Soccer.
Yeah, we could rock that all
Now,
day.
you said you once had a competition with David Blaine?
Oh no, we was talking off air. It's funny. So 25 years ago, right? Everyone is starting, right? You're a young Fugees, you meet this dude like, yo, I could make any. He's doing all these things with the cards, you know. And I'm like, man, listen. I said, look, you think you could do magic? I said, when you get to Haiti, I said, when you get to Haiti, you think like this illusion stuff's gonna work. But I'm telling you, you ain't gonna impress the kids. Just jokingly. And I remember like years later, he went to Haiti and he came back. He's like, yo, Clef, man. Yo, Haiti is no joke, man. Like I took like I think he told me the time I took like a chicken and I made the chicken head disappear. And the kid was like, man, you gotta do better than that, man. We see that every day. You know what I mean? I told you, Blaine, you gotta step it up.
Speaking of step it up, come on in, Juanita.
You guys are gonna have Clef do push-ups now?
Well, you said he,
Oh
you said he
my
was
God!
down for
Now we can do it
it.
later.
Some competitive man. It's a competitive man.
But the problem is we're trying to promote this album.
Yes.
Right. I'll
I
hold out.
know y'all can rock
after-
the Carnival. We Carnival 3, baby.
Carnival
Oh,
3,
wow, interesting.
12 tracks, vinyl, available on the project. Emily Sande is on here.
Knox.
Sticks.
The Knox, yeah. Lunch Money, Lewis, shout to
Yes.
him. You did an ode to Fela Kuti.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Well, for
Change
me,
the subject.
Fela Kuti is someone that I look up to.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know my jazz roots in high school. I got a lot of heavy jazz roots. I played upright bass
Wow.
in high school. My first music video was Eric B. and Rakim. Don't Sweat the Technique.
You were playing in that?
Yeah, I was an extra. I'm the bass player playing upright on Eric B. and Rakim. Don't Sweat the Technique.
On the actual song that came
No,
out?
the video.
Okay, the
video.
video.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was
okay,
an
okay.
extra. Nobody knew who I was.
Got it.
Yo, and I got more shots than the guys. So you see, I've been competitive as an extra.
I love when I hear stories about appearances from people that you would never know about.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Don't sweat the
That's
technique.
dope.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
don't sweat, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
That's what I'm saying. It's a big part of it is the upright bass.
Yo, and you know how back in the days there was a magazine called Backstage.
Yeah.
And Backstage, you see what auditions was at. So I was in Jersey, and dudes was like, "Yo, the R's having a video." I didn't know what the video was about. I just took my upright bass, and because I was obsessed with Rakim, my man took his 2-piece drum set. We went to the Owl, and I kid you, we got in front of this mansion, all guards. I told my man, I got this. He said, what y'all here for? I said, what do you mean what we here for? We the band for Eric B. and Rakim. He was like, okay, go by the bar. Dude, I didn't know what the script was. And Eric B. and Rakim was late, right? So,
No way.
So the director ended up shooting me by the pool. So every time they need to do a cutaway,
Boom.
they cut through
Boom,
Clef
boom,
on the
boom,
upright
boom,
bass.
Yeah,
boom,
exactly.
boom, boom,
Tight.
boom, boom, boom.
So with the Fela Kuti thing, I was amazed by how he took jazz back to Nigeria,
Yeah.
and then he created that whole Afro beat thing that you hear. So Fela's like the godfather of that, and then he also is the black president. He tried to run for
Yeah,
president.
that's right.
They threw Fela's mom. They killed Fela's mom.
Yep.
And then there was a play
That was
on
in the
Broadway.
Nigerian Revolution when they
Yeah.
went for independence, right?
Yeah, and then there was a play on Broadway about
Oh, yeah, we
Fela.
saw it.
I was like, man, I wish they did the movie on him first before the play. But he's one of my inspirations.
Are they gonna do the Fela movie?
I don't know, but I
I'm
wish they
sure.
did the movie. Like, we
The
in
play
America.
was amazing.
No, it
Musical.
was dope, but I felt it could have
Bro.
been. I felt if more people saw the movie, like the play could have been even like bigger as far as like lasting.
So recently, I had the honor of interviewing Tony Allen, the drummer, Fela's drummer, and he talked about jazz music, but he studied Art Blakey, and he didn't know that Art Blakey went from America back to Nigeria to study percussion to make his drumming next level. So as a kid, Tony Allen's listening to this drummer trying to learn American drumming, not know, the whole cycle's ill.
Yeah, Art Blakey's a monster, Like for me, that's where I found my roots, like in jazz in high school.
Yeah.
Like I ain't really think it was cool. I wanted to be a battle rapper. You know what I mean? And a teacher put me was like, nah, you're gonna learn jazz. So that's why I look up to fella.
Why is your cousin calling me right now while you're here?
Which one?
Jerry. Why is he calling me right now?
I don't know.
Well, there's a million reasons Jerry could be calling you. You guys are friends.
I thought maybe they talked. There was some sort of.
You never hear from Jerry?
I hear from him every day, but why right now?
Well, maybe he knows
Well,
that he's
pick
here.
it up.
Pick it up.
Let me see.
Speaker. There you go.
Yo, Jerry, we're on the radio with Clef right now. Why you calling?
Tell Clef I see what's up. How you?
We're good. We're promoting Carnival 3. What's going on? What happened?
Yeah, perfect, man. Get Carnival 3.
Yo, Jerry, how's the checks coming in for Wild Thoughts?
No, I think. How are those Wild Thoughts Khaled checks?
You know, can I be honest with you, man? It's a blessing to know.
All right. All I needed was it's a blessing.
Yo, Clef gets paid on Wild Thoughts too.
How them Wild Thoughts checks?
Jerry, I'm gonna hit you back.
It's a blessing.
All right.
Yeah.
Clef gets paid on Wild Thoughts, don't you?
I mean, you know, for me, I have 65% of that song.
Wild Thoughts?
Yeah. So thanks. Well,
So you have like a number one record in America.
I have, no.
Oh, Maria.
65% of Maria. So the scheme really behind Maria, I mean, Santana will tell you, the idea of Maria, I was inspired by a play called West Side Story.
Of course.
And that was the whole scheme with the idea. And meeting Santana, knowing like Santana was part of Woodstock, you know, me and Jerry, we flew down there. And I just remember the whole scheme with the record. And I was saying this on another show. And I was like, I was so obsessed with Wu-Tang Clan at the time. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to need Santana. I got to give him a riff that when he play, you know, somebody from Woodstock would know, but our generation would know. So I played the riff on the guitar. Bow, down, 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 down,
Wow.
down.
No.
And then it's so crazy because now that the record done blew up, I could be like, okay, well, this was a riff. And I always credit, though, the whole Wu movement because the DNA of the genesis of how I produce, I always think hip hop first. It could be like a world record. I'm like, what break beat from hip hop is gonna go with it? So for me, once again, when I got the call from my brother DJ Khaled, we go way back. It was an honor, but the second thing was he was calling me because I had to get Santana to clear the record, right? Santana, the Godfather. Santana don't clear nothing. But I have a deep bond with Santana. And next thing you know, Khaled and Santana get on the phone. And Santana sending Khaled guitars, you know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of DJ Khaled. So, but for me, I remember with the Fugees, Killing Me Softly. And one of the things in my head, because I'm a chess thinker, and I was like, holy crap, we just made somebody $20 to $30 million of publishing. So I was like, the only way forward is you got to write your own material, you know? So years later, to have people sampling what we created was kind of incredible.
Who wrote Killing Me Softly? Don McLean?
Roberta Flack,
Yeah,
right?
but Roberta Flack didn't write it, right?
Write it. Roberta sang it. We thought Roberta wrote it, but it was another.
And she sang it supposedly about Don McLean, but who actually wrote
It was
the
a
record?
writer I can't remember, but we knew because when we seen him publishing, like these publishing checks are going to so and so, it was a lot of money, bro. So it's like even though we was making money touring, I was like, damn, if I own a piece of this Killing Me Softly real estate, then I'd be in business.
What, do you guys give up 100% of Killing Me Softly?
You had to, yeah.
100.
They took 100.
It was all samples. The break beat was a sample.
Yeah.
The
words.
sitar riff was a sample.
Yeah. It was 100. It was 100%. But you know, once again, that record defined.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it
you guys sold
defined-
10 million copies, right?
Yeah. Like now that we at like 18 million.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Real
We
quick.
don't want to put that down.
Yeah.
Our publishers are listening.
Exactly. Now, what about what was the publishing on Trying to Stay Alive?
Well, that was different because what happens was the publishers got a gist that as a producer that I can make hits. So now the publishers will negotiate with you, right? Because they'll be like, oh, go ahead, you can use our stuff, you know? So I think that was like 30-70.
Oh,
You know?
because they realize you're gonna make them a lot of money
Yes.
by
Well,
redoing the
of
song.
course.
Yeah, because
It's
now
like a
if you
reintroduction.
exactly. So if a hot producer's calling you, like, you know, when Khaled's calling, like, yo, you know, I have this idea, you know, we the best, you know, here it go. Like that's what you want. You always want the generation to constantly, or Fuji lobby and sample different things. That's what
Fuji
you
Law
look
just
for.
got sampled.
Yep.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. If I was to tell you, like, per day, how many sample requests come around the entire world for the catalog, it's pretty insane. Yeah.
Wow.
So tell us.
How many?
So
Yeah.
how many?
I always say the true real estate in the music business is a pub, because no matter what happens and how it goes down, there's you have a go factor too. Like if shit is just going the wrong way, that you could go to. So it's all good.
I wanted to talk. The last time we saw you and Lauryn Hill in action together was recently on Twitter. There was a leak of a Fugees record and Flex starts playing one night. And literally you and Lauren jumped on social media like, nah, don't know what this is, what's happening.
Yeah.
How did it feel in the moment to hear a record on the radio where you were like, what is that, and didn't know about it?
Well, I mean, the first thing about it is we had to put the Fugees thing in perspective, right? So I'm a Fuji producer. Like, I'm the dude that's in the room creating Ready or Not. And Lauren walks in. She's like, yo, what's that? I said, it's a sample from Sleepwalker. She starts to sing, Ready or Not, here I come. Like, we've been through all kind of battles together. I'm just saying, like, as a trio. So at the end of the day, the Fuji fans, right? Fugees is short for refugees. And the idea of to leak a Fuji record, right? Because I ain't no chump. I ain't no worker. I'm a boss. So the idea of anyone who has an idea to leak a Fuji song that's like 12 years old, and you don't contact Wyclef Jean or Lauryn Hill to even acknowledge and says, yo, we're about to do this. What do you think of this, right? When the whole scheme of the record sounds different than the original record. Because at the end of the record, I heard it was Lost Files, but I don't see how could it be Lost Files when it's a brand new verse on that record. My verse and Lauren verse is an old verse. Prize verse is a new verse.
So did you talk to Prize?
No, I didn't talk to anyone. Because at the end of the day, all that mattered was, first of all, we love Flex. I was telling my people earlier on the Grammar Story how I was sitting by the radio and Flex kept playing Nappy Heads, the instrumental. And I'm like, yo, when he gonna play the vocal? When he gonna play the vocal? And like, because we all got that Flex story, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the idea, it would have been that if you want to leak something, which is called Lost Files, right? At least talk to the scientists, right? I'm a scientist. Lauren's a scientist. Like, we the DNA of the Fugees, you know what I'm saying? The DNA was created with the three. So at the end of the day, Prize got on Twitter too. Apparently he didn't know either, right? So no one really knows how this record got leaked, but all I could do is tell you that if I heard the record in its original format where nothing was changed on it and it was a Lost Files, there would have been no reason to go on Twitter, right? Because it would have been like, oh, yo, Flex just got a hold of an old Fuji record that was sitting around when Dave Chappelle and them was around, like Clef and L and them, they went to the studio at Platinum, and then we have all of these records. So at the end of the day, if we was included in the conversation, right? Bob Dylan has the Bob Dylan Lost Files. The Beatles have the Beatles Lost Files, right?
Well, Michael Jackson has the Beatles Lost
right?
Files, but yeah.
Right, yeah, you feel me? Sony, right? So at the end of the day, it was more like, I can't let nobody mess that up for me, because it's like, because my end game ain't finished. I'm a chess player, right? I have 7 moves. I got 3 moves to go. Remember I said this. And people don't know my life. Every 10 years, I say I'm about to do something again. And they be like, yo, what you gonna do? Say from 1 to 10. Yo, I'm going to America. How you going to America, dog? We on a dunker. We in this dirt. Yo, you've never been on a plane. We get to America. 10 to 20, what you gonna do, man? I'm gonna learn jazz and I'm gonna be a hip hopper. 20 to 30, man, I wanna create a super group. Man, I want people to discover me. I wanna find talent. I wanna run for president. So now it's 3 moves to go. And within these 3 moves, the Fugees is crucial in the sense of legacy, because the score is like legacy music. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like I had to protect that. That's all it is.
Wyclef Jean, Carnival 3. Make sure you pick it up. And then we're gonna DL Hughley's on here.
Yo, it's funny how he got on there. You know how he got on there?
How?
I was listening to his show, and he was going ham on me about. He was going ham on me on. And you know I love comedians. I don't take myself serious. So remember when we had the police incident?
Yeah.
And so he was going in. He was like, "Yeah, Wyclef was talking about Martin Luther King's birthday. He says all lives matter. I guess he wasn't thinking all lives matter when he was handcuffed in the back of that police car, you know." And I was like, "Wow, that's deep." And then I called in. I had to get permission from him and was like, "Yo, can I?" Because you know I believe in truth, right? Because at the end of the day, my music is going to outlive me because of the truth factor. And that song right there, Double Dutch, is talking about like, you know, what does happen because we're like in a nation that is divided, you know, at the same time. But I feel like Dr. King always wanted all of us to be one people, how we get there. So that's what it's about. And like I said, what makes the Carnival 3 crazy and why I'm excited about, and I know it's going to go, is because the producers that I'm producing with, it's like 1997, so Clef comes in with the hardware. Then you got kids like Super Mario that comes in. He was listening to the Carnival. He was 12. So he did the record Wyclef Jean for Young Thug. So when I'm hearing that record, I'm like, yo, what this frequency? This sound like Jospo or something from the Carnival. So it's the Knox. It's all of these kids that were influenced in some form of way through the score and the Carnival. And we partnered up. So the Sonics, like I said, it's like 1997 meets 2017, you know? We got a real partnership. We're Legacy certified. And once again, now we back on Sony, but it's proper. It's a joint venture with Heads Music. Y'all see what we working for, and we have a lot of young upcoming talent. So once again, I did my push-ups. I'm about to do my push-ups. I'm ready to go again. You're going to time me.
Right.
If you get 50, what do you win something? Like $50,000 or something?
High five.
High five? Okay. 42, huh? You know I got to do 43.
Gotta do 43, Clef. You got to
Yo, I bet you he gonna be down there like, no, keep your back straight.
Nah, go for
Straighten
it.
out your legs, man.
Nah, go for
Yeah,
it.
forward.
Go for it. Give it up for Wyclef Jean,
Thanks,
man.
Clef.
Peace,
Carnival
family.
3.
Peace.